Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you. I welcome you all, the students, in the very first session of this paper number 5. Basically, this batch is intended for students appearing in May 2023. Okay, so once again, I welcome you all. Each and every chapter will be covered in this batch along with the case studies also. So don't worry, whatever syllabus we are having, we are covering full syllabus in this batch with in-depth knowledge and especially what ICI required from a CA final student in this particular paper, paper number 5. We will devote much emphasis on that what students are expected to be built expertise in that particular area so that they will be quite confident in dealing with this subject in those 3 hours. Okay, beta? So before starting the session, I am grateful to the Board of Studies and especially Vandana ma'am and Deepak Gupta sir for providing this opportunity to conduct session for paper number 5 in this live session. Okay, beta? So first of all, we will start about the discussion of this subject. It's paper number 5. Basically, this paper number 5 has been divided into 3 parts. Part number A, initial 20 to 30 minutes will be of basic discussion regarding the number of chapters we are having, what weightage each chapter or group of chapter are having, and most importantly, a very important discussion about the verbs that will be used in the requirement part of each and every question, which a student must be possess expertise to deal with that verb so that he or she can secure the full marks. Okay, so basically 15 to 20-minute discussion will be related to the subject introduction, what are the weightage given to a chapters or group of chapter, and what is the basic requirement part verb. Okay, that skill assessment verb, that is a very important discussion we want to finish in the first 15 to 20 minutes, and then we will proceed towards the very first chapter, introduction to strategic cost management. Okay, beta? So, first of all, your syllabus, paper number 5 is bifurcated into 3 parts. Part number A, part number B, and part number C. Although a broad weightage has been given to each of the part A roughly carries 40% marks, part B carries 40% marks, and part C, that is related to case studies and case scenario, will cover 20% marks. So I request each and every student to note down this point in your copy. It will be very helpful while planning during the revision session. Which chapters you have to given more weightage, which are the most important chapters, and what are the requirement in those chapters regarding the verb. Okay, so please write down beta about the syllabus, although it is given in the study material, but still I request each and every student to note down this thing because it will help you a lot at the time of revision, that what are the weightage available to each and every chapter. Okay, so basically paper number 5 is bifurcated into 3 parts. Part number A, part number B, and part number C. Part number A deals with strategic cost management and decision making. The name of the subject is strategic cost management and performance evaluation. The first part A deals with strategic cost management. So part number A is dealing with strategic cost management and decision making. I once again request each and every student to note down whatever I have written on the screen. Part A consists of strategic cost management and decision making. Part B consists of performance measurement and control. And the third part and the most important part of our syllabus is the part C, that is case studies and scenario. Part A, strategic cost management and decision making. Part B, performance measurement and control. And part C, case studies and scenario. Case scenario. I already told you a bit about the bifurcation. Part A consists of a total 6 chapter. Part A consists of total 6 chapter. Roughly the weightage is 40 marks out of 100 marks. Part B consists of a total of 5 chapters, which on average covers 40% marks out of 100 marks. And part C covers roughly 20% marks out of 100 marks in your paper number 5. Can anybody know what do you mean by case studies, or what do you mean by case scenario? What is the difference between case studies and case scenario, beta? I'm waiting for your reply. If anyone knows it, what's the basic difference between case studies and case scenario? I'm waiting for your answer, beta. This batch will definitely be a two-way communication. No way it will be a one-way communication from my side. Right from the very first lecture till the last lecture, we were discussing each and every concept. So your participation is very much required from my side. Okay, Himani has replied, it's a practical application of a concept. Okay. Any other student, beta? Difference between case study and case scenario, or in simple word, what do you mean by what type of questions are being asked in case studies and case scenario? Because it's the backbone of your paper number 5, strategic cost management and performance evaluation. Mohammad Hussain, Jyoti, Ankit Yadav, beta, what's your opinion about the topic case study and case scenario? Okay, so there are total 11 chapters in your syllabus, consisting of 6 chapters in part number 1 and 5 chapters in part number 2. And now you don't have to read anything new for the part number C, case studies and case scenario. Basically, the case studies and case scenario will test you whatever concept has been taught in those 11 chapters. If a practical illustration has been given, by means of practical, I don't mean numerical. Okay, beta. Real life example will be provided to you in the case study and case scenario. The basic difference between case study and case scenario is, in case studies, you are expected to apply 2 or 3 concepts, whatever you have learned in those 11 chapters in that particular question. Okay, 2 or 3 concepts such as just-in-time can be applicable there, target costing can be applicable there. So 2 or 3 concepts will be tested in that particular question that we denote by case studies question. And in case scenario, we test only a single concept of whatever you have been taught in those 11 chapters, that is known as case scenario. Definitely, since the level of case studies are higher, therefore the weightage will be around 12 to 20 marks of a case study question. While if it is a case scenario, then definitely you are being tested only on a single concept, and that will account for a maximum of 8 to 10 marks. Okay, so this is the backbone beta, case study and case scenario. Whatever you have been learned in those 11 chapters, you are being tested. ICI has also provided a separate material named case study digest. A lot of questions has been given in the study material in the MTPs, in the RTPs, in the examination question, in those case study digest. So I am a firm believer that to excel in this paper number 5, you don't have to refer any outside material. More than enough questions are being given in the IFA publication consisting of study material, MTP, RTPs, examination question, and that special case study digest. I'm quite confident that a student focus only and only on the IFA publication, definitely he or she will excel with good marks in paper number 5. Mohammad Hussain have requested for please cover 100% study material. Definitely, beta, our target will be to cover most of the syllabus in whatever session we are having. I will provide full justice to this subject. The only assurance required from your side is participation. Okay. So now a very, very important discussion. Before that, marks weightage you can write here, beta. Marks weightage on average. It will cover 40% marks. It will cover 40% marks. It will cover 20% marks, roughly. You know? 5 to 10% variation can be there. Sometimes part A consists of 35 marks and other part belong to 65 marks per student. 5 to 10% variation can be there, but roughly this is the weightage given to each and every part number A, part number B, and part number C. Okay. If you want minute detail about those 40%, about those 40, again 40% and 20%, then again part number A has been divided into 2 parts. Part 1, part 2. Here we are having the bifurcation of that 40% mark. In part 1, there are total 4 chapters. In part number 1, there are total 4 chapters. All this I'm telling because whenever you will plan for your revision EBITDA, this detail are very, very helpful while planning that out of the revision time of total say 10 days, 15 days or 20 days, how much time will be devoted to each and every part. Because the perfect planning will be more time will be given to those chapters which are having higher weightage. Okay. So part number A in total consists of 40% marks. Part number A is again subdivided into 2 parts, part number 1 and part number 2. Part number 1 consists of a total 4 chapters. First 4 chapters of your syllabus covers approximately 25% marks. Okay. Next 2 chapters, that is chapter number 5 and chapter number 6 will cover approximately 15% marks. Okay. So total of first 6 chapters will provide you 40% marks. Next, in part number B, again we are having the bifurcation of part number 1 and part number 2. In part number 1, we are having 3 chapters. And in managerial control, we are having 2 chapters. So basically, chapter number 7, chapter number 8, and chapter number 9 belongs to part number B, sub part 1, which again covered 25% marks. Okay. And chapter number 10 and chapter number 11 related to managerial control will cover 15% marks. And the remaining 20% mark will be of case studies or case scenario in which you will be tested in all those 11 chapter concepts. If 2 or more concepts are built up in a single question, that is categorized as case studies question. Definitely that belongs to allocation of higher marks, say 12 to 20 marks. And if only a single concept is tested, then it will be covered 8 to 10 marks. So it will be also covered in part number C, case study and case scenario. Okay. Any doubt, beta, in this discussion till now? Mr. Ashok Gupta has asked a question. Sir, without case study, can we clear this paper? Okay. Let's discuss on this point, beta. If you are expecting that by doing the numerical portion of this subject, you can clear the examination. I have a doubt with that. The subject strategic cost management and performance evaluation is not being tested on numerical ground. When we compare the inter-costing with the final costing, definitely, since the level has changed, there should be a difference, and that difference is a vast difference. At inter-level costing, you are being tested about your ability of remembrance of formula, your calculation speed, your numerical ability to answer the question. But at final level, apart from having those numerical knowledge, numerical ability to solve a particular practical question, numerical question, you are being tested on different grounds. In this particular paper, hardly out of 100% marks, hardly there will be a weightage of 30 to 40% marks. This is my personal opinion about that. 30 to 40% marks related to numerical question. Rest 60 to 70% of your paper require analysis part. I am repeating this word, analysis part. So not only you will be tested in those numerical questions, along with that, you will be tested whether you can explain those numerical questions in your own language. Further, can you put some points related to real life in that particular question? Can you make an informed decision related to that proposal to the management? All this being tested in your paper number 5. So let it be very clear, beta, this is not a 100% numerical paper. It's a combination of numerical paper, theoretical paper, and the most important part, application paper. Numerical, application, and analysis part. This all perfectly makes up paper number 5. Okay, Ashok? Ankit Yadav, beta, we will try to cover maximum portion. And first of all, my target will be to cover all the important points, all the important concepts. And definitely we will write down the most important points in our own language. And definitely we'll try to cover questions from different resources of ICI. Apart from the study material, case study digest, we will definitely cover some of the questions. If time permit, definitely we will focus more on that special session on case studies. Okay? Ankit Yadav? I would like to show a very, very important detail about this discussion. What I have told that this paper is not about the numerical ability. It's the numerical ability, it's the application ability, and it's the evaluation ability that will make up this subject paper number 5. Just give a minute, beta. I will share this PDF. You can download from that, beta. Once the session is over, I will upload this point. Now, this is very, very important. Continuing that discussion, whether only numerical coverage, based on numerical coverage, can I clear the examination? So, basically on a PDF issued by ICI, a name frequently asked question, FAQ, this point has been given that out of 100% marks, we are already seeing that part number A will cover 40, part number B will cover 40, and part number C will cover 20 marks. In other way, how those 100% marks has been divided by the ICI based on the skills required from a CA finalist. Once again, I am repeating what we are discussing in the next 5 to 7 minutes. Chapter wise, we have already discussed that part A, part B, and part C cover of 40, 40, and 20 marks. Now we are discussing that 100% marks, how that 100% marks will be bifurcated based on skill requirement by a CA finalist. So this PDF is very, very helpful. named FAQ, also available in Board of Studies portal. But from my side, I will upload in the portal beta. You can download from that. Okay. So basically, you are being tested in 3 levels. The level 1 is known as knowledge and comprehension. The level 1 is known as knowledge and comprehension. And this coverage is just about 10 to 15% of your 100% marks. Okay. The next level 2 is related to application and analysis part, in which you are being tested about 45 to 55% marks. If you cover this point, these 2 points are covering a roughly of 55 to 70% marks, and the level 3rd, that is known as evaluation, will cover the remaining part, that is 35 to 40% marks. Okay, so let's discuss what do you mean by knowledge and comprehension, what do you mean by application and analysis, and what do you mean by evaluation. Okay, so the very basic, whenever you study a concept now, you are getting a knowledge of that. So if you know a particular concept, that is known as knowledge and comprehension. Knowledge and comprehension. I'm giving you a simple example. Suppose you know the concept of just in time. A detailed discussion will be there on that particular topic, just in time, in part number A. If you know about the concept of just in time, it is the application of your knowledge. If you can explain just in time in your own language, along with the technical terms, it is known as comprehension. Hope it is clear, beta. Knowledge and comprehension. If I know a particular concept, that is known as knowledge. If I can express that knowledge in my own language, along with some technical words, technical language, that is known as comprehension. Clear? This covers only 10 to 15% marks out of 100 marks. Okay. The next part is very, very, very important, which covers almost 50% out of 100% marks. And that is belong to application and analysis. Application and analysis. There is a difference between these terms, application and analysis. You know that particular concept of GIT. You are having the technical knowledge of writing about GIT, that is known as comprehension. Now, apart from knowledge and comprehension, in this part, in this level number 2, in the very first part application, you have been tested, you will be given a given situation, and you have been asked whether GIT will be applicable in that particular situation given in a question or not. If yes, then you have to provide the logic. If GIT will not be applicable in that particular situation, again, in that point also you have to apply the logic and explain in detail. So this is the application part. Whatever knowledge you are having, can you apply that knowledge whenever the question demands from a student? This is known as application part. Clear, beta? I'm having the knowledge, I'm having the comprehension. If I can apply those knowledge on a particular situation, that is known as application. Next part, analysis part. Analysis part. Basically, you will be given a question which consists of some numerical data. Apart from dealing with those numerical data, you arrive at a particular answer. And when you explain all the numerical calculation in your own language, that is known as analysis. So simply, analysis means numerical plus explanation part. When you solve a particular numerical question, plus you explain that numerical question in your own words, it together makes up the analysis part. So basically, we have discussed 4 points till now: knowledge, comprehension, application, and analysis. Any doubt, beta, in this particular 4 words? Knowledge, comprehension, application, and analysis. I'm waiting for your answer. Okay, MD Hussain, no doubt. Okay. Any other student? Apologies, beta, from my side. Due to power issue, the batch has some interruption. Now we will continue the topic. Okay. So where we are on these four words: knowledge, comprehension, application, and the last word is analysis part. And but this covers only 70% of your 100% marks. And now the last but the most important level number third covers 35 to 40% mark, and that is known as evaluation. This is something the cream of this subject, paper number 5. What ICI is expecting from the student, that you should be master in each and every concept that has been given in your syllabus. You should know how to apply those concepts in a particular situation. And evaluation means you should be able to build the expertise. You should be able to build the skills required to make a decision for the top management, strategic management. That suppose a decision is there whether we should make this product or buy this product. Okay, so you should have the knowledge of, if we make the product, what will be the cost? If we buy the product, what will be the cost? Application of that knowledge into the particular situation. Apart from that, you have to provide the pros and cons of dealing with a particular scenario. Suppose the financial decision, if providing that if we manufacture that product, it will be the cheapest one as compared to buying from the market. Okay, so from financial ground, you are recommending that this product should be manufactured in-house. But now this last level number third, known as evaluation skill, required from a CA finalist, that you should provide the pros and cons if we execute that make decision, so that the management, the strategic level management, can make a informed decision. Okay, so please write down, beta. I strongly recommend each and every student, although you are having the PDF, I will upload definitely this PDF once the batch is over in the portal. But still, I require each and every student to write this point, that from a viewpoint of skill assessment, how the marks distribution is there. Please, beta. Please write down along with me. Marks weightage according to skills. So this has been bifurcated into 3 parts. Part level 1, level 1, level 2, and level 3. It is knowledge and comprehension. It is application and analysis, and it is evaluation part. Marks weightage की अगर हम बात करें, तो it will cover 10 to 15% of your marks. It will cover 45 to 55% of your marks, and it will cover 35 to 40% of your marks. Hope the meaning is clear, beta. The term knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, and evaluation. Okay, moving further, beta. A strong recommendation from my side that a PDF has been given in the BOS knowledge portal in paper number 5 regarding the verbs. Regarding the verb, I will show you that PDF. Give me a minute, beta. A PDF is given regarding the level 1, level 2, and level 3. In that, there have been different works given, such as discussion, list, analyze, evaluate, analyze. So each and every verb have a definite meaning. At final level in paper number 5, it's not sufficient that you are answering the question. Okay, what is required in this particular paper? If you answer the question according to the verb used in the requirement part, then only you will fetch full marks. Once again, I am repeating because this is very, very important. It's not important at final level that you are solving a numerical question or explaining that concept. What is required? If you answer that question according to the verb used in that particular requirement part, then only you will fetch full marks. So there is a PDF. Right now, I'm not able to locate that PDF. Just give me another 30 seconds, beta. I will show you that one. It's more or less this type of PDF in which you have been given the meaning of different verbs. Okay, list, state, define, describe, distinguish. Each and every verb has a different meaning. So I strongly recommend, once again, that PDF is available in the BOS knowledge portal. But for your comfort, I will upload that PDF in the portal. You can download from there. And a strong recommendation, whenever you solve any particular question of this paper, paper number 5, you should refer that laminated page, make it laminated page related to verb. Suppose the requirement part has used the word analyze. So you should refer that word. What do you mean by analyze? Examine in detail the structure of the question. Multiple time when you refer that verb page, na beta, then only you will feel comfortable while facing the examination, because it's a total waste of effort if you answer the question without referring the verb used in that particular requirement part. It is quite possible that in a particular question there are 3 requirements, and in each and every requirement they have been used different verbs. So when a student answer according to the meaning of that verb, then only the student gets full marks. Okay, so I'm having a proof. This is the examiner comment. Do you know bit of the examiner comment? What is examiner comment on the performance of students? Have you any idea of this? Misha, I have already told you, beta, once the session is over, give me time of 5 to 10 minutes. I will upload in the portal. Right now, it is not uploaded in the portal. Do you have any idea of examiner comment? What is examiner comment? What do you mean by examiner comment? After each attempt, when the result is out, what errors a student has committed on that particular paper, on that particular question, that detail has been provided by the ICI since years after every attempt. Once the result is declared, beta, this PDF is available in the student newsletter also and in the ICI portal also. So एक चाणक्य ने एक बहुत अच्छा प्रोवर्ब बोला था, मैं वो आपके साथ शेयर करता हूं. अगर हम अपनी गलतियों से सीखेंगे तो हमें बहुत मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, हमें बहुत टाइम लगेगा. If we learn from our own mistake, then it will be a very lengthy procedure as per Chanakya. But if we learn from other mistake, then definitely we will achieve our milestone much earlier. So what if examiner comment बेटा, तो जो आपके सीनियर्स ने लास्ट अटेम्प्ट्स में गलती किया है, that will be provided by the ICI in the examiner comment. I recommend each and every student, whenever you solve a particular examination paper, past examination paper, please, once you have attempted that paper, please refer that particular PDF examiner comment. You will be able to know what are the areas in which majority of the students are committing mistake or not fulfilling the expectation of this paper number 5, so that if you know before you attempt your main examination that these are the areas where I have to work on, then definitely you will pass with flying colors, beta. So this is the examiner comment of, I think, first term of 2021 examination. You can see from each and every question, they highlighted that different verb has been used: analyze, explain, evaluate, list, apply. Unless and until you know the meaning of all this verb, you cannot fetch the good marks. See, calculation, list. In each and every question, the answer should be according to the meaning of the verb. Evaluation, explain. So you can check in each and every question. Okay, so it's very, very important that I will upload that PDF in the portal once our batch is over. Okay, till 9:15 it will be uploaded from my side, beta. Take a printout of that, laminate that one, and whenever you solve a question, whether that relate to numerical question, application question, or evaluation question, always refer that verb, then only draft your answer. Okay, this verb has been used, the meaning of this verb is this one, and now I will draft the answer as per my thought process. Okay, beta. So this is the basic introduction about your syllabus, paper number 5. Hope I have communicated you what ICI is expecting from a CA final student in this paper number 5. You don't have to be expertise in a concept. Not only the conceptual part should be strong, application part should be strong, and you should correlate that concept with real life, the pros and cons, and that is the level number 3, evaluation. Okay, chali. Any doubt, beta? Any doubt in this basic discussion about this paper number 5? If there is no doubt, then we can start our very first chapter, Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. Yes, Isha, you have rightly pointed out about the examiner comment. Yes, Ankit beta, you have rightly pointed out. Thank you. Can we proceed towards chapter number 1, Introduction to Strategic Cost Management? I'm waiting for your answer, beta. Please revert. Okay, Rahul Patel. Okay, beta. So let's start our first chapter, Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. This is part number 8, subpart number 1. Subpart number 1 consists of a total 4 chapters, and the maximum coverage mark-wise is 25. This is the first chapter, Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. Basically, this topic will focus on majorly 4 to 5 concepts. The first major concept that we discuss, that we will be starting in this particular chapter, Introduction to Strategic Cost Management, how strategic cost management is different from the traditional cost management. Please repeat with me, beta. These are the few important words of the very first topic we are starting in this particular chapter, that is Introduction to SCM, Strategic Cost Management. The very first topic we will start is difference between a strategic cost management and traditional cost management. Once you analyze the difference, then you will appreciate the concept given in all those 11 chapters. Okay, our mindset should be such that, okay, we have not to follow the traditional cost management. We have to follow the strategic cost management approach to clear this particular paper. Okay, beta? So I'm starting the very first topic, difference between traditional cost management and strategic cost management. Please write down, beta, whatever important keywords or key definitions are there. Definitely we should write them in our copy. So first of all, give the heading in your copy. Chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. Priyanka, there is no changes in chapter number 1. If you already covered in the last session, so I don't think there is a need, but if you want to revise, you can continue the session. Okay. So chapter number 1, Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. Write down topic number 1. Write down topic number 1. Difference between traditional cost management. Difference between traditional cost management and strategic cost management. Difference between traditional cost management and strategic cost management. So what we will do, beta, we will first understand the meaning of traditional cost management. Then we will highlight the limitation of traditional cost management. And then we will proceed what strategic cost management will offer us in this particular paper, paper number 5. So let's start. All the important points, definitely we will write down in your copy, beta. But first, listen and understand the topic. That is the level 1, knowledge and comprehension. Okay, level 1. What do you mean by traditional cost management? The traditional cost management has 3 functions. Whatever direct cost, whatever indirect cost. Hope everyone is comfortable about the word direct and indirect cost. Okay. So whatever the direct cost and indirect cost are there, what traditional cost management first purpose is to assign or allocate those costs to the cost object. If it's a direct cost, it can be directly attributable to that particular product. If it is an indirect cost, that is overhead, different methods are there to deal with the overhead allocation, apportionment, and absorption. Okay. So basically, the first purpose of traditional cost management, whatever cost you are incurring, bifurcate that cost into direct cost and indirect cost. If it's a direct cost, it can be directly traceable to a particular product. And if it's an indirect cost, you have to make the allocation, apportionment, and absorption of that overhead cost to a particular product. So this is the very first objective. The second objective traditional cost management is carrying is cost control. They will prepare a budget at the start of the year, distribute that budget, communicate that budget to the executives who are actually handling the process, handling the factories, and they have been given the target that whatever you are spending, your cost should not exceed this budget. So the second objective of traditional cost management is cost control. Okay. And the last objective of traditional cost management is cost reduction. In today's competitive world, whether it's possible to increase the sale price without any external factor, please communicate. Whether it's possible to increase the sale price, whether it's a practical choice to increase the profit of the organization, we can increase the sale price, whether it's a practical viable solution, yes or no. No beta, it's not practically viable option in this competitive world भी नहीं बोल रहा हूं मैं. I'm telling this world as hyper competitive market. Okay, if without any increase in the quality of the product, or if the market industry itself is not increasing the price of their product, you are not expected to increase the price of your product, because definitely it will have a negative impact on the volume of the product. Instead of increasing the sale price, you should focus on cost reduction. So this is the third objective of traditional cost management, that due to intensified competition, I cannot increase the sale price. Market is already saturated. I can maintain my market share. So the only option left with me is to reduce the cost of existing product or the factory. In that way, if I reduce the cost, I can increase the profit. Okay, beta. Can you revise all the three objectives of traditional cost management? The first objective, assigning cost to the product, whether it's a direct cost or indirect cost. Second objective is cost control. Third objective is cost reduction. Third objective is cost reduction. When all these objectives are fulfilled, we can say that yes, we have applied the traditional cost management technique. Okay, we are comparing the traditional cost management with the strategic cost management. Okay, beta. So please write down in your copy. Traditional cost management. Traditional cost management. Give the subheading meaning. Meaning. प्लीज में लिखिए बेटा डैश करके. इट इन्वॉल्व्स write down in next line the very first point, allocation of direct cost and indirect cost. Allocation of direct cost and indirect cost to the production. Next line, second point, objective of cost reduction. Objective of cost reduction. Third point, next line, third point, objective of cost control. So you're thinking that yes, sir, we are allocating the cost, we are doing the cost control, we are doing the cost reduction. What more can we expect? But there are n number of limitations in traditional cost management, due to which we require a altogether new thought process, and that is the strategic cost management. So the next topic we are discussing is what are the limitations of traditional cost management, due to which the need of strategic cost management is required. The very first limitation is they focus on cost control and cost reduction. Even when we study strategic cost management, they also focus on cost control and cost reduction, no doubt about that. But just to increase the profit of the organization, you are blindly reducing the cost without any significance of what it will have impact on the other factor. That is what's the limitation of traditional cost management. Please understand this point very carefully, beta. When we control the cost, traditional cost management will reduce the cost. Strategic cost management will also reduce the cost. But there should be a thought process in strategic cost management while reducing the cost. They will decide the pros and cons. If we reduce that particular cost, what non-financial factor impact we are having. Okay, so the first point, they excessively focus on cost control and cost reduction, without giving regard to other factor. This is the very first limitation. Second limitation, they focus on, their focus is internally. Whenever they take a decision, they doesn't consider the external factor, such as what our competitors are doing, what it will have impact on our employees, what it will have impact on our stakeholder. The stakeholder is a very, very broad terminology, beta. I'm not talking about the shareholder. I'm talking about the stakeholder. There are numerous stakeholders in an organization. Some of them are the supplier, customer, industry, government, employees, society, all this together form the stakeholder. So basically, whenever a decision is being taken with the help of traditional cost management, we focus internally only. Whether this decision increases our profit, then definitely we should go for that. We are not considering any external factor, that is stakeholder requirement, while dealing with the traditional cost management. This is the second limitation. Third limitation, if you have a mindset now that I have to reduce cost at any cost, मुझे तो cost reduction करना ही करना है, then might be you are ready to compromise on the quality of the product. And in this hyper competitive market, beta, if you compromise on the quality of the product, maintaining the same sale price, definitely customer will not be ready to accept your product. So what are the limitations? The first limitation is cost control and cost reduction is not the limitation. Mind it, beta. I am once again telling you that cost control and cost reduction are not only the objective of traditional cost management, but also they are the objective of strategic cost management. But there is a difference. In traditional cost management, without having regard to any factor, we just blindly reducing the cost. While in strategic cost management, we are whenever we reduce the cost, we will consider all factors, whether financial or non-financial. Second point, they are having internal focus. Whenever they take decision, they do not consider any stakeholder requirements, supplier, customer, society, industry, etc. Third point, whenever a mindset of cost reduction is there, might be you will be ready to compromise on the quality of the product, and definitely in the long run, this will not be a great decision. Fourth point, expectation of modern customers are quite different. Consider yourself, beta. You are ready to pay premium for a product if the product quality is inbuilt. Consider the brand, Apple, iPhone, Samsung series S22. Minimum 50,000 phones are there, and customers are ready to pay them 50,000, 1 lakh rupee, 1.5 lakh rupee even for a flip phone. What they require is the expectation of modern customer are quite different. They want the quality, they want the innovation. Not all the customer wants the cheap product at cheap quality product at the lower prices. Now customer is ready to pay a premium if you provide the quality product, if you provide the innovation, technological innovation. Okay, so this point, that expectation of modern customer are not that they require the product at the cheapest price. They require the product which will provide them the quality, which will provide them the innovation they require, which will make their life much easier. So expectation of modern customers cannot be dealt with by traditional cost management. Where there should be no review or improvisation of existing process, because review of existing process will require incurrence of cost, and you have a mindset of just reducing the cost. Last but not the least, it's a reactive approach. There are two approaches: proactive approach and reactive approach. If something happens and then you take decision, then it is you take reaction or you take decision, then it is known as reactive approach. Proactive approach, if you thought that something will happen in the future, then as on today, we will take decision. If such thing happen in future, what will be our decision to control that negative decision that will happen in the future? That is known as proactive. मतलब वो event अभी हुई नहीं है, उस इवेंट के होने से पहले ही अगर हम उस इवेंट के निगेटिव इंपैक्ट को नलिफाई करने के लिए जो भी हम प्लान करते हैं, जो भी हम स्ट्रेटेजी बनाते हैं, दैट इज नोन एज प्रोएक्टिव अप्रोच. ओके बेटा, can you tell me some of the limitation? The first limitation, broad focus on cost control and cost reduction. Second, they are having internal focus. Third, might be quality might be suffered because they are having the mindset of just reducing the cost. Next point, it's a reactive approach rather than proactive approach. Next point is a modern expectation of modern customer are not dealt with. Since we are focusing just on cost reduction, might be we are ignoring the improvisation required in the existing process or product. Okay, beta. Any doubt in this particular topic? First topic, traditional cost management, beta. If you are having any doubt, you can ask. One doubt I have received from Dhara Shah. So what's the difference between cost control and cost reduction? Okay. The cost control is, suppose this particular pen will cost company rupee 200. So whoever is purchasing the raw material for this, whoever is manufacturing that product in the production department will be given a target that your cost incurrence at the end of the year should not exceed rupee 200. So 200 रुपए की कॉस्ट हमने डिसाइड कर दिया है बजट में, बस आपका प्रोडक्ट 200 रुपए में ही मैन्युफैक्चर होना चाहिए. दैट इज नोन एज कॉस्ट कंट्रोल. While cost reduction, if this product is being manufactured at rupee 200, we can use substitute raw material? Can we use different grades of labor so that the manufacturing cost of rupee 200 can be lowered to some extent, say 195 or 190? This is known as cost reduction. Okay, beta? Cost control, whatever target has been given to you, you have to maintain that target. You don't have to exceed that target. While cost reduction deals with whatever cost you are incurring to manufacture a particular product, that cost can be reduced through substitution of raw material or different grades of raw material, or combining different processes and make them work so that we can produce the same quality product but at a much lower cost. Okay, Dharasha, hope it is clear, beta. What's the difference between cost control and cost reduction? Okay, no further doubt. We will move further. So we have studied what do you mean by traditional cost management. We have studied what are the limitation of traditional cost management, and now we will move to the strategic cost management. I have already told you, beta, the strategic cost management. Whether strategic cost management allocate cost to the product, yes or no? Please tell me, beta. Whether strategic cost management will allocate cost to the product, whether strategic cost management is having the objective of cost control, whether strategic cost management is having the objective of cost reduction, yes or no? I am waiting, beta. I have already told you. Yes, very good, beta. All these three objectives are being dealt with by strategic cost management also. They will allocate the cost to the product. They will control the cost. They will reduce the cost. But a very, very important function, the fourth function, that is only being dealt by the strategic cost management and not the traditional cost management. This is very, very important. They will apply all the cost management technique as specified in the traditional cost management, but their objectives are altogether different. When they allocate cost to the product, they are thinking about how this allocation will improve the strategic position of my company. Whenever we are reducing the cost, in our mind, our thought process will be how this cost reduction will improve the strategic position of the company. And now, a natural doubt for what do you mean by strategic position? We can have the strategic position improvement through two ways. Whether we can create cost differentiation, whether we can be a cost leader, or we can be a product differential advantage. I'm once again repeating, beta. If strategic cost management means achieving competitive advantage, superior competitive advantage through allocation of cost, through cost control, through cost reduction. What is the important word? Strategic cost management is achieving superior competitive advantage, and superior competitive advantage has two forms. You can be a product differentiation, or you can be having a cost leadership strategy, or a combined of product differentiation and cost leadership strategy. Please write down, beta, the meaning of strategic cost management, and then we will take different example, minimum 2 to 3 example that is being given in your study material, so that it will be more clear how traditional cost management thinks about a particular situation and how the strategic cost management thinks of that particular situation. Situation is same, but the thought process is altogether different. Please write down. Strategic cost management. Strategic cost management. It will also have all the three objectives. It will also have all the three objectives of traditional cost management, but the point that will differentiate is they will improve the sustainable competitive advantage. Please write down in inverted comma these three words: sustainable competitive advantage. Write down next line. Sustainable competitive advantage can take the form of write down first point, product differentiation. Product differentiation. Second point, next line, second point, cost leadership. Sustainable competitive advantage, product differentiation. First point. Second point, next line, cost leadership. So let it be very clear, beta. Both the traditional cost management and the strategic cost management will allocate cost to the product. Yes. Both the technique will control the cost. Yes. Both the technique will reduce the cost. Yes. Only the mindset is different. Whenever we are achieving all those three objectives, if we are having the objective how we can create sustainable competitive advantage by allocating cost to the product, by cost control, by cost reduction. If we are able to achieve sustainable competitive advantage, then it's a strategic cost management. ओके क्लियर है बेटा ये पॉइंट आपको बहुत सिंपल सा पॉइंट है ऑब्जेक्टिव आर सेम only and only the mindset is totally different. In strategic cost management we will perform all those functions but with the objective of creating sustainable competitive advantage, and we have already written the sustainable competitive advantage can be in the form of product differentiation or in the form of cost leadership. Now I will discuss in a very short manner about this two terminology, product differentiation and cost leadership. A detailed discussion will be there in the next session regarding this two terminology, product differentiation and cost leadership. Okay, the product differentiation is if customer perceives, this word is very important, customer. If customer perceives that our product is of superior quality, having low risk, or having the technological advancement, then we are said to be having the competitive advantage in the form of product differentiation. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड था कस्टमर को ये महसूस होना चाहिए. If customer perceives that our product is of superior quality, our product is having low risk of default, our product is having the technological advancement as compared to the other player in the market, if customer perceives, then we are said to be having sustainable competitive advantage in the form of product differentiation. And what do you mean by cost leadership? If we can manufacture that product below the cost at which it has been manufactured in the industry, then we are saving to have the cost leadership. Suppose this pen is costing rupee 200 in the industry. Industry is a group of similar company. Okay. So suppose this pen is costing rupee 200 in the industry. If I can manufacture the same quality pen without compromising on quality, same quality pen lower than rupee 200, then I am said to be having the sustainable competitive advantage in the form of cost leadership. Okay, beta, clear है? Product differentiation or cost leadership you have discussed in a very small, short way. The detailed discussion will follow up in the next session when we start that particular topic in this chapter number 1. Okay. Now there is one important word also, sustainable. Sustainable. Okay. Sustainable should be not only from financial ground, it should also be from the environmental ground and social ground. This topic you will discuss. The meaning of sustainable. Sustainable means it should not be financially viable. It should also be viable from environmental viewpoint. It should also be viable from social, that is society viewpoint. Clear है बेटा तीनों terminology? Sustainable clear है? Financial के साथ साथ environmental भी, environmental के साथ साथ social objective भी fulfill करे, then only it will be a sustainable one. Product differentiation clear है आपको? Cost leadership clear है? Any doubt in this particular first topic, difference between strategic cost management and traditional cost management? Any doubt, beta? You are free to ask your doubt. And then we will follow with some examples related to strategic cost management. We will be having a break in next 10 minutes, beta, near about 7:30. We will take the break for 10 to 15 minutes and then we will again restart the session. But before that, we will cover all the examples given in the study material related to the difference in the mindset of traditional cost management and strategic cost management. Anyone, beta, any doubt? Please revert with yes or no, beta. It will give me a clear communication that I can proceed further. All the topic taught is having. One student, Farat Babu, has asked whether Apple are having sustainable competitive advantage. Definitely, beta. Can you tell me, beta, whether Apple is having the cost leadership advantage or the product differentiation advantage? and which other company, established company in the mobile segment, is having the cost leadership advantage? First of all, we will clear the doubt of Farad Babu. Apple product having sustainable competitive advantage. What do you say, beta? In the form of product differentiation or in the form of cost leadership? And you can also tell at that time any one mobile company brand, established mobile company brand, which is undoubtedly having the cost leadership advantage. Okay, very good. Rahul Patel, Priyanka, Farad Babu, Dhara, Priyanka, okay, Manoj Kumar. Yes, beta, undoubtedly, the Apple brand is having the product differentiation advantage because customer perceive that their product are of superior quality, their product are having the technological advancement. Okay, one other brand I want to tell, undisputed brand, is OnePlus. When you closely analyze the product of OnePlus, na beta, they are not offering any innovative product, innovative technological advancement product. Whatever quality features has been well established in the market, they just provide that quality product, but at a lower price. Suppose the OnePlus is offering that product at 40,000, the same quality product, the same feature product, only the brand changes. Suppose Samsung or Apple is providing that product at 60 or 70,000 plus. So, what sustainable competitive advantage OnePlus is having the cost leadership advantage. We will discuss in detail how OnePlus is having the cost leadership advantage. But definitely OnePlus is having the sustainable competitive advantage. All the features of a premium product are available in OnePlus, but at a very, very nominal price, 40,000. But the same feature, if you want to get in Samsung or the Apple, you have to pay minimum 60 to 70,000 bucks. Yes, we can say the MI and the Vivo and Oppo are be having the cost leadership advantage. Okay, beta. Now I'm having two more doubts. Let's clear those doubts. Manoj Kumar Mohanty has asked, sir, is there any limitation of strategic management? Yes, beta. Although not given in the study material, but there are limitation of strategic cost management, and the major limitation of strategic cost management is highly subjectiveness. When we are discussing those topics, three examples, just in 2 or 3 minutes, beta, you will find that on the same situation, different person have different opinion how to tackle that situation, how to provide sustainable competitive advantage to the company. Different person have different opinion. That's the basic drawback of the strategic cost management. That is subjectivity. That is subjectivity. Different expert will have the different of opinion. Okay. Now, one more student have asked, Mr. Hussain, for cost data being crucial to the company, how are companies able to source competitor cost data? Yes, beta, you are right, Mr. Hussain. Definitely, you will not get all the cost data of your competitor, but based on the bidding process, based on some unfair means, they can easily get the cost data of the competitor. Okay, it's everything is fair in today's business, beta. Just by doing the unfair means, you can get the competitor cost data also, although it is not publicly available. Yes, Vikarja, I can take beta. The Tata is undoubtedly having the brand image, although it's in the starting stage. Electric vehicle, especially the four-wheeler, are in the starting stage now, not in the, we can say, the advanced stage. So undoubtedly, Tata will be having the product differential advantage throughout the line. Not only the brand image is established in the EV sector, but also they are providing very new features every quarterly or every half yearly. They are launching a new product based with altogether different product quality, more technological innovation. Okay, beta, chali. So let's start the very first example given in the study material. You can see there are two products produced by the company, product A and product B. Product A is generating a net profit of rupee 20 lakhs, while product B is generating a loss of rupee 2 lakh. So now the decision is whether product B should be discontinued. Sorry. If so, if we are having the mindset of traditional cost management, what do you say, Beta? Whether product B should be discontinued or not? If we are having the mindset of traditional cost management, that we have to allocate cost to the product, we have to control the cost, we have to reduce the cost. That is, reducing cost means increasing the profit of the organization. Whether traditional cost management support discontinuation of product B, yes or no? Traditional cost management. Okay, Rahul have replied traditionally, yes, we should discontinue product B. Other student, beta, please revert with your answer. If we are adopting traditional cost management, whether product B should be discontinued. Okay, Manoj Kumar, Mr. Hussain has also replied, yes, we should discontinue in traditional cost management. Yes, beta. The answer is perfect. Because in traditional cost management, we are having the objective of cost reduction. We are having the objective of cost reduction. Okay, if we discontinue that product, definitely we will increase our profit by rupee 2 lakh. So if we follow the mindset of traditional cost management, we should have the conclusion that product B should be discontinued. Now, if the same situation is given to a person who has a mindset of strategic cost management, whether product B should be discontinued, yes or no? Whether product B should be discontinued, yes or no? It's not a simple answer, never ever in strategic cost management. It should be a analysis part. Okay. So we can say on financial ground, please listen very carefully because this will provide you the insight that strategic cost management is not the direct answer. Yes, we should discontinue or we should not discontinue. We should consider all the situations and then we will decide whether we will discontinue or continue that particular product. Please listen my words very carefully, beta. On financial ground, we can say under strategic cost management that this product B should be discontinued. Okay. But non-financially, we have to tackle different situation before finally selecting whether we should discontinue or continue the product. The very first point, we should consider whether this discontinuation of product B will provide a sustainable competitive advantage. The word sustainable competitive advantage, the first point. It is quite possible that majority of the customer in your company is purchasing product A along with product B. If purchasing product A along with product B, if we discontinue product B, then it might be possible that some of the customer will not purchase product A alone. They will search for some other company that is providing them product A and product B together. That is providing them product A and product B together. It's quite possible, beta. So on this point, you have to analyze whether what percentage of sale will be lower due to discontinuation of product B related to product A. Then you have to make the calculation. Then you will have a final conclusion. Second point, if separate manufacturing facilities are there for product A and product B, then we have to lay off some of the employees dedicated to production of product B, then what will be the impact on the trade union related to that decision? We have to consider this point. Next point, third point, we will consider what impact it will make on the society, because we are removing, we are completely shutting down that plant which is manufacturing product B. Not only the livelihood of our employees are dependent, but the nearby society are also dependent on that factory. What will be the impact on that one? So different factors will be considered, and each factor will be tested whether it will provide us the sustainable competitive advantage. And at the last, considering every positive and negative point, we will decide whose way higher. If the favor is in yes, then definitely, if weight is in yes, then definitely we should discontinue product C. So that's the basic difference between the mindset of traditional cost management and the strategic cost management. Okay, beta, continue. Now, second example. Suppose I have purchased a machinery worth rupee 200 crore for my factory. The life of the machine is 20 years. The life of the machine is 20 years. Okay. Life of the machine is 20 years. I have purchased it for 200 crore rupees. And supplier, machinery supplier has given me a guarantee of 3 years. Any defect will be rectified by them. Only the consumable will be chargeable. Labor charges are free. Now, regarding the preventive maintenance package, what traditional cost management will think? The machinery is altogether new. The machinery is under warranty period. So, since the traditional cost management is having the objective of cost reduction, कैसे भी करके हमें cost को कम करना है, low करना है. So that mindset will say there is no need to incur any preventive maintenance on the machinery which we have just bought, because it's an altogether new machinery. It will work without preventive maintenance. The other name of preventive maintenance is scheduled maintenance. Just as in two-wheeler, four-wheeler, the scheduled maintenance is changing the engine oil every this kilometer or every 6 months, like the scheduled maintenance. No. So for the traditional cost management, since having the broad focus only and only on cost reduction, they will not permit the scheduled maintenance in the initial years of machine, because scheduled maintenance will incur charges. Okay, clear? But when we are applying, we are having the mindset of strategic cost management, what we will think, yes, although you are correct, Mr. A, you are correct, that if we discontinue the scheduled maintenance for the initial year, since the machinery is new, it will work, it will have a long life of 20 years. Since it's under warranty, कोई problem आई तो repair होगा हमारा, labor charges नहीं लगेंगे. So yes, you are right, but there is other aspect also. Suppose even in the warranty period, there is a problem, although we will not incur any charges related to the repair of that machinery, but there is a negative impact. On the life of the machinery. The life is 20 years when you regularly maintain that machine. If you are not regularly maintaining the machine, then definitely the projected life of 20 years will be less than 20 years to your company, the first point. Second most important point, although suppose in the second year the machinery breakdown means suddenly the machine stopped working, there is some problem. Okay, although it is covered in guarantee period, but if it takes 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 7 days for repairing, then in that particular period our production stopped. Agreed? And if we have committed to our customer about the delivery schedule, then we will not be able to fulfill that delivery schedule, because the machinery is breakdown, the machinery is in the repairing state. So if we will not be able to fulfill our commitment of delivery schedule. then definitely there will be a customer dissatisfaction. So all this point, along with the point that yes, if you do not do the schedule maintenance in the initial year of machinery, it will save cost. But the other non-financial factor, that is if machinery breakdown due to non-maintenance, although we will not incur the repairing charges, but what to deal with the customer dissatisfaction due to non-compliance of the delivery schedule. This is the major benefit of strategic cost management. It will consider each and every decision, not only from financial viewpoint, but also from the viewpoint of other stakeholder, supplier. Please repeat with me, beta. What are the stakeholders in our organization? They are the suppliers, they are the customers, they are the shareholders, they are the employees, they are the society, government. There are different stakeholders. So when a decision is taken, not only considering the financial aspect of that particular decision, but also the non-financial aspect, that is the viewpoint of that particular decision on other stakeholder, then the decision that will be taken will be an informed decision, and that is the basic sole objective of strategic cost management. Okay, beta, any doubt in those two examples? Please discuss. If there is any doubt, I will resolve that one. Mr. Rahul Patel has asked for in traditional cost management. Mr. Rahul Patel has asked query about question number illustration number 1 regarding product A and product B. Product B को जो discontinue करना है. Mr. Rahul has asked for, but even traditional cost management focus on profit maximization. Yes, correct है. After discontinuing product B, the overall profitability is reducing. No, beta, the overall profitability is not reducing in traditional cost management, because right now we are earning a total profit of 18 lakh rupee. 20 lakh of profit minus 2 lakh of loss. We are earning a total net profit of 18 lakh. But if we discontinue product B only on the financial ground of cost reduction, then our overall profitability will be provided by product A of rupees 20 lakh. So definitely our profit will increase in traditional cost management. But they are not considering the impact on the sale of product A, the impact on the customer, whether they will be alone buying product A or they require the combo of product A and product B. That's the basic advantage of strategic cost management. Okay, beta. Now the last example before we will take a break. The last example is, suppose OnePlus is having 5 service center in the city of Mumbai. Okay, 5 service center are there in the city of Mumbai of OnePlus, service center, repairing center. Now, the traditional cost management accountant has decided to reduce the after sale service cost. So the traditional cost management accountant have decided that instead of operating 5 service center, can't we operate just 4 service center? So that is discontinuing one of the service center, it will save a cost of rupees 40 lakh alone in the city of Mumbai. So traditional cost management think that if the same work can be done by the other 4 service center, definitely we should shut down the 5th service center so that we can reduce our cost by rupees 40 lakh. But can you tell me what are the non-financial factor that will be considered by the strategic cost management accountant while dealing with this situation, beta? Can you tell me, beta? What will be the non-financial factor that should be considered while closing down one of the service center? It will have impact on 2 stakeholders. Basically, closing down the 5th service center will have impact on 2 stakeholders. And simplifying the thing, the first stakeholder is customer, the second stakeholder is employees. Both will have a negative impact if we close down the service center just to reduce the cost. Very good, Vanacharla, fine. Customer has to wait longer time. Very good, beta. The same answer has been given for by Manoj Kumar Mohanty. Bhavin Kanani has given employee overload. Yes, beta. Both the stakeholder will have a negative impact. First of all, the customer. Now, earlier the workload being shared by 5 service center. Now the workload of all the customer will be shared by 4 service center. So definitely, customer will have to wait for a longer period as compared to earlier. So waiting time will increase, and definitely increase in waiting time will reduce the customer satisfaction. So customer will not be happy. Second point, employee. Earlier, suppose in each service center there are 20 employees. So 5 service center multiply by 20. Suppose we are having 100 employees. So the workload has been shared among the 100 employees. Now the workload is same, but due to closure of that fifth service center, now the same workload is being shared among those 80 employees. So definitely employee workload will increase, and due to that, not only employee satisfaction will decrease, but also due to increased pressure, they will not provide the quality services as desired by the customer. So, not only the financial ground is covered here, but also other factors should also be considered. What impact it will make on other stakeholder if we execute or reject that proposal. Okay, beta. Hope it is clear. Rahul, MD Hussain, Rahul Patel, okay, beta, Akash, Jaiswal, Hussain. Everyone has given the correct answer. Very good, beta. So now we will take a break. So break is required for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, beta. We will decide in the very first class, and definitely we will continue the same amount of break in the next session also. Whether break should be of 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I will prefer a 10-minute break. What's your view? Okay, 10 minutes is enough. Okay, so let's take a break of 10 minutes, beta. We will meet sharp at 19:52. Okay, sharp at 19:52. Break, है ना? Break till 19:52. Welcome back, beta. Now we are having one case studies on this particular first topic, difference between strategic cost management and traditional cost management. Let's complete that case study before moving further to the other topic in this particular chapter, introduction to strategic cost management. I'm having the case study digest. I request each and every student to download that one if you are not having the hard copy of that. The page number 49 and it's case study number 10. I will show you the path. It is available beta in BOF knowledge portal. It's available in ICI BOF CA final. Okay, strategic cost management paper number 5. I hope you're able to see on the screen beta the path. Case study digest, this one. Okay, so in this case study digest, you should open case study number 10. It's in page number 49. I'm waiting beta. I'm giving you 1 or 2 minutes to download that one if you are not having the hard copy of that particular case study. 1 or 2 minutes you are having to download that point and open case study number 10 in page number 49. Can we start? Sohan, okay beta, I will check with the technical team whether the student is whether the screen is blur beta. One student is complaining that the screen is blur. Whether it is actually so. Nifaq bhai, technical team, please check whether the screen is blur. Okay, I hope each and every student have downloaded the case study digest. They have opened page number 49 and now it's case study number 10. Okay, so my personal recommendation is whenever you start a question, first read out the requirement part of that particular question, whether it's a numerical question, application, case study or case scenario. So why I'm emphasizing on the requirement part, because once you read out the requirement part, you will get an idea that what the question is demanding from me. If you can identify the concept that has been given in the requirement part, then when you read out the question now, you will be having a clear idea that yes, the requirement part is demanding such concept, and by reading through that question, you will apply each and every line to that particular concept only. Okay, so a strong recommendation, whenever you start any question, start from the requirement part. There can be two types of requirement part. The first requirement part is the first type of requirement part is they will clearly communicate you the concept that will be applicable to solve that requirement part. These are the most simplest form. But there are some requirement part in which while reading that through a requirement part, you will not be able to judge the concept that will be applicable in that particular requirement. So that will also be dealt with by us in the coming session. So the very first case study is comparatively simple because just a plain reading of the requirement part will provide you the idea that which concept will be applicable in this particular question. Okay. In every question beta, we will ask ourselves. Okay, we will ask ourselves if there is no clarity in the question and in the requirement part about a particular concept, we will definitely discuss how a student will identify that this particular concept is applicable in this question. This is very important. Please listen very carefully बेटा. जब भी आप इस पेपर नंबर 5 में कोई भी क्वेश्चन अपने लेवल पे करते हैं, don't jump at the answer solution part of the question. If no concept clarity is given that which concept will be applicable in this question. Ask multiple times which concept will be applicable in this question, how I will be able to identify in those 3 hours. But if you just read out the question and read out the solution part, and then you will apply your mind, okay, like this, the concept will be applicable. I don't think you will be very comfortable in those 3 hours. What is required right from the very beginning, from the very first question, the habit of developing, asking yourself if there is no clarity regarding the concept that will be applicable in the question, how to link which concept will be applicable in this particular question, and then we will look out at the solution part to confirm our thought with the institute solution main answer. Okay बेटा, क्लियर है? यस, चलिए बढ़ते हैं अपन आगे. तो रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट पढ़ते देखते हैं कि रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट सिंपल है या ये भी हमें कोई कंसेप्ट आइडेंटिफिकेशन बोलेगा. In this regard, you have been asked the following questions. Whether approach of the organization to manage the cost is of traditional cost management system or the strategic cost management system. So straightforward, they have given that in requirement part number 1, the concept of traditional cost management and strategic cost management is applicable. Okay. Lift out the general limitation of traditional of cost management system identified in requirement part number 1, and then correlate them by identifying the problem faced by the organization. Second part is related with the system which we have identified in requirement part number 1, and then we have to correlate all the limitation with the problem faced by the organization. And the third requirement part, we have not covered this topic. It's value chain analysis and value shop model. In this particular chapter, in the next session, definitely we will discuss both the topic, value chain analysis and value shop model. So right now, we will cover only 2 requirement part number 1 and requirement part number 2. So a very simple question, because the concept that will be applicable in this particular case study is clearly communicated to you in the requirement part. Okay, now, so my first suggestion to you is always start from the requirement part and then proceed with the questions. Okay, my second suggestion to you, there should always be a 2 reading of the particular question before drafting the solution of that question. The first reading should be in 3 to 5 minutes, a newspaper type of reading in which you will get yourself comfortable what are the details given in the question. Once this newspaper reading of 3 to 5 minutes is over, then the second reading is very, very important. It will take time. There is no time limitation in second reading. It can take 10 minutes, 15 minutes of time to particularly draft a particular question, and then we will write down that particular answer. Okay. So the first point, start from the requirement part. Second point, have a newspaper reading of that particular question in 3 to 5 minutes. You can expect 10 to 15% understanding in the very first reading. And the second reading will be a very, very important reading, and that we can call in our own language as interpretation reading. We will identify each and every line, link the concept that will be applicable according to the requirement part. So I'm giving you beta 3 to 5 minutes to have a rough reading, a newspaper reading of this case study number 10. Once you have read out the question, and then we will start the detailed discussion of this particular question, that whether the organization has applied traditional cost management or strategic cost management. This is the first requirement part. The second requirement part is what are the limitations of the system identified, and we have to correlate that with the particular question number case study number 10. So I'm giving you a complete 5 minutes. Have a readout of this question. We can call it as a newspaper reading. Expect 10 to 15% understanding of this question, and then the second reading will be done combinedly by us. Okay, beta. So 5 minutes are available with you. Once you complete your reading, beta, please reply with yes so that we can continue with second reading, interpretation reading. Can I start, beta, the second reading? Please communicate with yes. Okay, beta. So I'm starting the second reading. Please listen very carefully, beta. So right from the first reading regarding the requirement part, our concept is clear that this question requires the application of traditional cost management and strategic cost management. The first requirement part is we have to identify whether the Pariksha Commerce Test Limited, that is the client, have applied dealing with the situation through traditional cost management or strategic cost management. The very first requirement part. The second requirement part, we have to identify the limitation of that concept along with association with the question. Okay, so we are starting the second reading. Para number 1. The client name is PCT, Pariksha Commerce Test Limited. It's an organization that is providing test series of various commerce courses to students who are appearing for examination, like 11th and 12th commerce, BCom, CA, CS, CMA also. The company is having the head office at Delhi NCR with branches and test series center in various cities of India. So it is a multi-city brand, PCT. Its headquarters is in Delhi, but its branches and test service center, abbreviation is TSC, is located all over India. It is the only organization that provides test series of various courses, guidance of study to the student across India. Okay. We have also started online test series facility of students which do not have access to travel at any of the test service center. Okay. In addition to test series, we provide support in preparing a reading plan, providing guidance on paper writing, and counseling student if required. So what is the sum up of the first para? The name of the client is PCT. We are providing test series of various commerce courses, 11, 12, including the professional courses, CA, CS, and CMA. Our client headquarters is located in Delhi, while its branches and test service center known as TSC is located all over India. In those locations where students are not having TSC test service location, we have also started online test series program. Next point, in addition to the test series, we counsel the student, we provide them the proper reading plan, we provide them the guidance regarding how to write the paper. So this is the crux of the first para. The second para. Now, I'm be appointed as a cost management officer of my company PCT. Mr. CEO, Mr. Parishak, after brief introduction of organization, addressed me. They said, our company are rapidly growing educational empire and having large student base across India. To reach at this level, we have faced lot of problem, but all this problem now we have overcome. I want to share few of them to make you better understand the organization. So this is my first day, cost management officer in my company PCT. So my CEO wants to brief me what problem we are facing in the past so that I can know my company better. Recently, at the biggest TSC, what is TSC? Test Service Center in Delhi, printer was not working and there were almost 400-500 students sitting and waiting for question paper. So Mr. CEO is providing us the past problem along with its solution. The very first problem company has faced and he want to share with me is the biggest test service center is in Delhi. 400 to 500 students are waiting to give the test. Suddenly, the printer stops working. We cannot outsource the printing since it was costly and time-consuming option. So what the solution we have given at that particular time in the past, we have mailed the question paper to them to save the time as cost. But important point, now this approach has been applied at most of the TSC. Students come at TSC, we will mail them question paper and they appear for test. So basically problem was there in the past regarding the printer stopped working. So to reduce the cost, they cannot outsource the question paper printing. Also, it was time consuming. So what they have decided, the student who are appearing for the examination, they have provided the question paper on their mail ID. The solution is given to them. And now after that, it's a general practice in our organization that in the test service center, whenever the student arrive, they will be given the question paper, not in the hard form, they will be given the soft copy via mail. It saves our printing cost. Irony is that non-maintenance of printer can also save the cost. It may be little difficult for students to read the question paper from their mobile phone or tablet, but they will be comfortable soon as change is the law of time and business too. Okay. So they're understanding that the hard copy has no substitution, but still they are emphasizing on change is the law. So student will be comfortable in the meantime. Further, this is the first problem and they have given the solution. The second problem, further to reduce the advertisement cost, we have dropped the contract with Miss Takshi Sharma, famous film star. We had contracted her for advertisement on TV for 3 years. She was brand ambassador of our company. Though we have got many students due to TV advertisement, we have decided to drop the contract as we have enough students. And as of now, there is no competition as such, and hence no need to advertise for the coming 1 to 3 years. So the second para is basically, this is my first day as a cost management officer in my company PCT. The CEO has introduced me about the company. They have said there are a lot of problems in the past and we have overcome them all. They have identified 2 problems for me and the solution given at that time. The first problem in one of the biggest test service center, suddenly the printer stopped working. Students are waiting to appear for examination. Outsourcing was not a financial viable option and also time consuming. So what we have decided at that particular point of time, we have mailed the question paper to the student. After that event, it's a general practice in our organization that whenever a student appear for examination, they will not be given the hard copy of question paper. They will be given the soft copy in their mail ID. Second point, regarding the advertisement cost, we have a brand ambassador, with Miss Sharma. We have contracted her for advertisement for 3 years. Many students we have enrolled due to that TV advertisement, but now we decided since there is no competition, thus drop the advertisement contract so that we can save the cost. This is the second point. Third point, continuing. We have reduced the cost of question paper preparation. Up to the last month, we have 57 members in our team who will prepare the question paper. They were drafting, they are not, they were. They were drafting new questions for every test. Now, from a team of 57 members, now we are having a team of just 22 members They are drafting less new question. They just cut, copy, paste the question from the previous examination paper. This is the third area where we have done the cost reduction. There is a team of question paper preparation team consisting of 57 members. They are drafting new question for every test, but now that team of 57 members has been reduced to 22 members. Now they are drafting less new question, and the question that will be given for the examination are being copied from the past examination paper. Fourth point, we are also having student support and student counseling team. Previously, we are having 68 members in that counseling team, but now we are just having 30 members in our team since they require less infrastructure now, so therefore cost reduction is done. So in 4 areas we have done cost reduction. Identify beta those area. I am giving you 30 seconds. Identify those 4 areas we have done the cost reduction. The first area is printing cost. We have saved. We are now giving soft copy of the question paper. Second, we have not continued the advertisement of our brand with our brand ambassador. Third, we have drastically reduced the number of members in the question paper preparation team. We have drastically reduced the number of members in the face-to-face counseling and the student support team. Okay. Now, further information is being provided by the CEO. Oh, I forget to tell one of the reasons behind advertisement cost is that after analysis of financial statement, our CFO has suggested that our advertisement cost was comparatively higher than other companies working in education field as well as with our previous year. That's why we have decided not to continue the brand ambassador contract. Okay. These are the major problem we have faced during the past year. ऐसा उन्होंने बताया. ठीक है? You thank him and move to your office. Suddenly, a notification has come in your app known as Newsgram, such as similar to Telegram. An application providing news across the world. What was about the notification? The notification was communicating that there is a contract between Abhyas Educational Limited, giant educationalist of India, and Mr. Datta, a film star having one of the highest fan following all over the India, regarding advertisement of newly introduced test series by it for commerce and science stream across India. Okay. Earlier, they are of the view that since there is no competition, there is no need to advertise for 1 to 2 years. While when you come to your office, you have already downloaded an app known as Newsgram, which provide news across the world. You received a notification which is communicating you that a company name Abhyas Educational Limited, a giant educationist in India, has contracted with Mr. Datta, a famous film star, regarding the advertisement of newly introduced test series. Okay. आपने ये चीज कम्युनिकेट किया अपने सीईओ को कि सर we need advertisement because our competitor have just entered with an contract with one of the famous film star. Okay, so we also need to do that. So now our CEO approached a new ambassador, Mr. Prakash Rao, more famous film star than the Sharma and the Datta, but this was costlier, but still it is required to remain in the market. Okay, beta. Now, based on the discussion, the first point is whether approach of the organization to manage the cost is of traditional cost management system or strategic cost management system. First of all, you have to identify the approach, okay? And then whatever your answer is, you have to justify that approach that yes, the organization is following the traditional cost approach because of the following reason. The organization is following the strategic cost management approach because of the following reason. So I'm giving you 1 minute time, beta. Please revert with me. What, according to your opinion, whether the organization is following the traditional cost management approach or they are following the strategic cost management approach. 1 minute time is being available to you. Okay, Mr. Sai have provided me the answer, traditional cost management. Please provide me the logic also, beta, if you can. Okay, Mr. Hussain, it's traditional cost management. Rahul Patel has also given the answer traditional cost management. Mukta, traditional cost management. Okay. Mr. Boni, traditional cost management. Okay, beta. Can you please provide me the logic, beta, why you are saying that the organization is following the traditional cost management? Okay, Ms. Dharasha correctly identified the approach and the logic was also up to the mark. Very good. Yes, Manoj Kumar, you are right, beta. It's a reactive approach because once the contract has been signed up by the competitor, then you again entered for advertisement with new celebrities. Very good. Okay, beta. So undoubtedly, okay, Mr. Sain, very good, beta. Sayed, very good. Okay. So one thing you should be clear in your mind, beta, that the cost reduction is not only the objective of traditional cost management, we will also reduce the cost in strategic cost management also. But there is a difference of mindset. In traditional cost management, we will consider only and only the financial point that due to this, since our cost has been reduced, our profit will be increased. So therefore, we have to reduce the cost. We are not considering what impact it will make on the stakeholder. We are not providing the hard copy to the students appearing for examination. We are providing the copy in the mail, whether it is affecting the student community, student satisfaction. Second point, we have dropped the advertisement. We are not considering what impact it will be made in the industry. We are focusing only internally. Then question preparation team, we have reduced the number of members drastically. They are drafting less new question unless and until students are tested on new question, how they can prepare themselves to face the main examination. So they are not considering the impact of reducing the question preparation team on the impact on students. Similarly, the counseling staff. So undoubtedly, the approach followed by the organization is related to traditional cost management because they are blindly focusing on cost reduction without having any impact on our competitive advantage, without having any impact whatsoever on stakeholder of the organization. Okay. Now, second point. Read out the second point, beta, and tell me whether it's a theoretical question or application question. Second point. Please read out and tell me whether it's a theoretical question or application question. I'm waiting for your answer, beta. Requirement part number 2 is a theoretical question or application question, because requirement part number 1 is an application question because you have to identify which technique the organization is implementing and we have to provide the logic. Whether second part is a theoretical part or it's a application part. MD Hussain has said the application. Okay, Mr. Boni, it's a theoretical part. Dhara Shah, it's a theoretical part. Okay. While other student, Isha, Hussain, Bhavin, have said it's an application based question. Yes, my student, it's a mix of theoretical and application based question. Let's check it out. When you read out the first line, it is a pure theoretical question. List out the general limitation of cost management system identified in point number 1. You have identified that it's for traditional cost management. Now you have to list out the general limitation. Okay, the verb here used is list. है ना? When you check those verb PDF now, beta, you will find the meaning. Lift means explaining a single point in maximum 1 or 2 lines. If the word here is explanation, then each limitation will have to be explained in minimum 3 to 5 lines. They just use the word lift, and lift simply means writing down the keywords and explaining them in a maximum of 1 or 2 lines, not more than that. Okay, so it's a theoretical point. The first limitation is they broadly focus on cost reduction. They are reactive approach. They do not focus on quality. Might be in the process of cost reduction, the quality might get suffered. Internal focus is there. Expectation of modern customer are quite different. There are different limitations we are already at. Now, this is the most important part. Whatever limitation you have been identified, you have to correlate them by identifying the problem faced by the organization. Such as, let's start the limitation we have written. It's a reactive approach. Okay, this is the limitation. You will get the mark theoretically. But now, this limitation you have to correlate in this particular question. Can you please correlate the reactive approach? Reactive approach is the limitation. Can you correlate this reactive approach and the problem faced by the organization? I'm waiting for your answer, beta. One of the limitation is reactive approach. So you will get 1 mark for the limitation written, but the next 1 mark will be allotted only when you will correlate that reactive approach in this particular question. Okay, 2 of the students answered. Okay, Vida. So not consuming much time, I'm jumping on the conclusion that it's a reactive approach because you dropped the advertisement contract, and when your competitor have entered into an advertisement contract with one of the famous star, then you again contracted with a new famous film star. So it's a reactive, it's not a proactive approach. Okay. And other limitation is quality issue. Quality issue. So there has been quality issue because you reduce the members in the question preparation team. Now the question paper consists of the past examination question, while in the main examination there will definitely be some new question and students are not trained in that area. So definitely the quality issue will be there. So beta, a very, very good question. Requirement part number 1 and 2. Requirement part is 100% application. Requirement part number 2 is somewhat theoretical as well as the application part. Okay, beta. So now I'm giving you, beta, some odd 5 minutes to read out the answer given in the study material, and then we will move to the next topic that is known as value chain analysis. Okay, so just have a reading, newspaper reading of the solution part and especially requirement part number 2. In requirement part number 2, remember we have to provide not only the limitation. For the first para, if related with limitation, the second para if related with correlation. Okay, the next technique should be you can provide the presentation in this format also. Key point, focus is on managing cost. Second column, explanation, and third column, correlation. So columnar presentation will always be the best presentation. Okay, so I'm giving you a bit of some odd time of 5 minutes. Have a readout of the solution part of requirement part number 2 only. And once you have completed the newspaper reading of requirement part number 2, we will proceed to a new topic, a very simple topic, value chain analysis. सॉल्यूशन मैं वीडियो स्टार्ट रहने दूं क्या? अच्छा, वीडियो स्टार्ट कर देता हूं फिर मैं ना। स्टूडेंट को टाइम दिया है अभी अपने। Utilize every minute beta given in the class, na? It will help you a lot to deal with this particular paper. Even there are 2 to 3 minutes to read out the solution of requirement part number 2. Have you done the reading, beta? Okay. So I want to communicate 2 important presentation points through this solution part. Presentation point, because unless and until the first requirement is undoubtedly you should have a sound technical knowledge and its application ability, but along with that you should have the ability to present your answer. So 2 presentation skills you can identify from this particular solution. The first one is never answer your question, never answer in the paragraph style. Just see, they have made 2 points for the first limitation. The first one is related with limitation. The second one is limited with the correlation. Otherwise, what student commit a mistake that they will continue that the focus is on managing cost. They will explain in one line and continue in the same para the correlation also. Break it in 2 points. The first point is focus is on managing cost. break it in 2 points. First of all, we will tell the limitation, and in the second para, we will tell the correlation. This is the first presentation skill you can learn from this particular solution. The second is they have highlighted key points. They highlighted key points. You can simply underline them in your examination. That will also work. Focus is on managing cost. The second point they highlighted is internal focus, inferior quality. All the important points they have highlighted. This also works very good from the viewpoints of marks pattern. So 2 presentation skill, never ever continue in paragraph style of say 8 to 10 line. Break that para into 2 or 3 para or 2 or 3 point. That will definitely add value to the presentation. The second point, always highlight the important keywords. Keywords in a line of 3 can be a maximum of 3 to 5 words. If you are highlighting each and every point in your answer, that is not highlighting. That is a waste of time, beta. In 2 or 3 line para, 2 or 3 keywords can be highlighted. Simple underline that word can also be work wonder for your marks beta. Okay, clear है? चलिए बढ़ते हैं अपन आगे. Last para, okay. What is the last para bold highlighted? But they have already sum up all the points in their own language. Okay, it's one thing is sure. I want to tell from the very first session, ICI is not expecting cut, copy, paste answer from the study material or case study digest. All the points have been given in the study material or case study digest more elaborately, so that each and every student can understand the concept properly, can understand the requirement of the institute regarding the CA final examination. But even if you provide the logic, provide the answer in your own language with some of the technical word, I will assure you that you will get full marks. If not the examination, that whatever has been written by the institute, you have to just copy paste. If you wrote any new point, you will not get the mark. This is not the case. Okay, only thing required is you should provide the logic, you should provide the proper explanation along with technical word, and your explanation should be up to the mark of a CA finalist. That's all. Even if your answer somewhat differs from the suggested answer of the ICI, you will get marks. The only condition is there should be a logical explanation according to the verb used in the requirement part. Okay, beta? Chali. बढ़े आगे. Now, please write down the second concept in this particular chapter, value chain analysis. Value chain analysis. A very important concept. Individual question can be asked from this concept of value chain analysis, along with when you study chapter number 2, 3, 4 till chapter number 11. In almost all of the chapter, there will be a reference of value chain analysis. So not only an individual question of 5 to 7 marks can be framed from this concept, but also it is equally applicable when we link this concept of value chain analysis with other concept applicable in those 11 chapters. Okay. So what is a value chain analysis? Basically, the purpose of value chain analysis is to identify the activities in the whole process that identification relates to. What are the value added activity and what are the non-value added activities. So the basic objective of applying value chain analysis is to identify different activities in the organization into value added activity and non-value added activity. Now the question arises, sir, what do you mean by value added activity and what do you mean by non-value added activity? Can anybody communicate me, beta? What do you mean by non-value added activity? in maximum 1 or 2 line. What do you mean by non-value added activity? Even if you are not aware, you can try it out because this paper is all about the explanation. Okay. So this will definitely improve your explanation ability. What do you mean by non-value added activities? Okay, very good for Foham, which doesn't add benefit to the product. Okay. Any other student, beta? What do you mean by non-value added activities? Please be fast in your answer. Okay, Dhara Shah, not significant or directly improvement of product. Okay. Miss Isha, not generate any benefit to customer. Very good, Isha. This is the perfect logical definition. Mr. Hussain, which doesn't add value, is a non-value added activity. Okay, beta. Chaliye. देखिए, what do you mean by value added and non-value added activity? This is from the viewpoint of customer. This point is very, very, very important. This is from the viewpoint of customer, not from the viewpoint of management. If we eliminate that activity, if due to elimination, there will be no impact whatsoever on the customer perceived quality, then it is known as non-value added activity. In Hindi also, बेटा, अगर मैं उस एक्टिविटी को हटा दूं तो मेरे कस्टमर को 1% भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा उस एक्टिविटी के हटाने से. If this condition is fulfilled, then that is known as value added activity. Sorry, non-value added activity. Value added activity, the activities on which we are incurring cost, and such costs are providing benefit to the customer in the form of quality, in the form of service, then that activity is known as value added activity. While non-value added activity, whatever cost we are incurring on a particular activity, if we completely stop that particular activity, if customer satisfaction is not disturbed, then that is known as non-value added activity. है ना? किसके व्यू पॉइंट हमने देखा बेटा? कस्टमर के व्यू पॉइंट से. कस्टमर के व्यू पॉइंट से. चलिए आप मुझे बताइए, पॉलिशिंग ऑफ फर्नीचर, whether a value added activity and when it will be a non-value added activity. Polishing of furniture. Give me an example. For polishing of furniture, in this case will be a value added activity. Polishing of furniture in this case will be a non-value added activity. If customer is ready to pay for that activity because it increases the value of the product to the customer, it's a value added activity. Tell me, beta. I have given you one example. Can you please correlate that example with a value added and non-value added activity? Polishing of furniture. When can it be a value added activity? When can it be a non-value added activity? Polishing of furniture. Manoj Kumar, beta, it's not a direct answer. You have to provide me the situation, beta. When polishing of furniture is a value added activity, when polishing of furniture is a non-value added activity. Very good. Polishing of furniture in a hotel is a value-added activity. Very good. Polishing in a furniture in office of CEO or staff is a non-valued activity. Hats off to you, beta. Excellent answer. One student has given me the correct answer. That's for if it is a hotel industry and if the polishing of furniture work is being done, definitely it's a value-added activity because ambience matter to the customer in an hotel industry. And when the same furniture polishing is been done in the office of the CEO or the staff, it will be a non-value added activity for the customer. Customer is not ready to pay for that. No, so very good, beta, very good. So polishing of furniture in a furniture maker company, in other words, is a value-added activity, while polishing of furniture in the office of the Microsoft is definitely a non-value-added activity, because whatever software we are purchasing, we are ready to pay for that software, not the office ambience of the Microsoft. Okay, clear है बेटा? बड़े आत्मन आगे. So this is the value-added and non-value-added activity. If that activity provides utility to the customer, then it's a value-added activity. If that activity doesn't provide any sort of utility to the customer, then it's a non-value added activity. Okay. Can you tell me, beta? I'm giving you one example. Samsung in the recent period has discontinued providing adapter. Although they are providing the charging cable, but they are not providing the adapter. Okay, in the name of environmental protection. Whether that activity of cost reduction amounts to a value-added activity or non-value-added activity. Samsung has recently dropped providing charger adapter to the customer purchasing the new mobile phone, whether providing the adapter to the customer is a value-added or non-value-added activity. I'm waiting for your answer, beta. Please revert fast. You can write the short form VA NVA. Okay, that will save a lot of time of us. It's a value-added activity, undoubtedly, beta, because although we are having the phone, although we are having the charger, old adapter, but what's the issue? That every phone have a specification of watt, that this cable will better work in this charger adapter of 30 watt, 45 watt, 60 watt, 120 watt. So definitely, from my personal opinion, Samsung has made a mistake that in the name of environmental protection, they have dropped providing charger to the customer. They in fact required the customer to bought that charger from their website or app or from the market, but definitely providing charger to the customer is a value added activity. So somewhat customer dissatisfaction is there since they are dropped a value added activity. Okay, beta, chaliye. So please write down in your copy. Give the heading value chain analysis. Value chain analysis. This concept, write down the very first point. This concept was given by I highlighted the name of the author, Michael Porter. This concept was given by Michael Porter. In the year 1985. Second point, प्रोसेस सब हेडिंग दे दीजिए आप, प्रोसेस इसमें लिखेगा फर्स्ट पॉइंट, 2 पॉइंट लिखेंगे अपन इसमें टोटल सेकंड पॉइंट में. राइट डाउन द फर्स्ट पॉइंट in the word in the subheading process. Write down the first point. It identifies and analyze various activities in the organization. Write down the second point. In the analysis stage of activities, comma, all the activities are bifurcated into, in the analysis stage of activities, all the activities are bifurcated into value-added and non-value-added activities. All the activities are bifurcated into value-added and non-value-added activities. Okay, beta. I will take one doubt from Dhara Shah. The doubt is, sir, but customer pays for phone and not for the charger, so it can be a non-value-added activity. No way, beta. Providing charger adapter is definitely a value-added activity, because what's the problem here? Although I already told you, are already having a phone, you're already having a charger adapter, but the problem is that that particular phone charges very well smoothly when a particular power adapter, 45 watt, 30 watt, 60 watt, 125 watt is there. Suppose I'm having a charger of 30 watt, while the phone I have purchased of Samsung requires the charger adapter of 45 watt. So definitely after paying 30,000-40,000 rupees for the phone, even I'm not getting the charger adapter. So I have to purchase it from the market, the original charger adapter. It will cost me rupee 2,000. When I pay that extra rupee 2,000, then definitely it hurts the customer, that although it costs company 200 to 500 rupee max to max, but since the company is not providing that, I have to spend 2,000 bucks extra for that particular charger of 45 watt. So definitely, beta, it's a value-added activity. The cable is a value-added activity. Although you can say the brochure that earlier being provided by the company is a non-value-added activity, because now the generation is very techno-savvy. They are internet-friendly. So all the detail is readily available in the net. So although no brochure is required, so that can be a non-value-added activity. But definitely, charger adapter is a value-added activity, beta, from my personal viewpoint. Okay, beta? Chill. So we will continue this topic in the next session. We will bifurcate the value-added activity, non-value-added activity into two parts: primary activities and support activity. So the Michael Porter has basically given 5 primary activity and 4 support activities. After that, a very, very important topic, competitive advantage. We have already understand this topic in a very minute detail, that competitive advantage can come from 2 sources: product differentiation and cost leadership. We will have an in-depth knowledge in the next session regarding how to be a product differentiation advantage, how to be a cost leadership advantage. Okay, beta? Yes. Mr. Hussain has given an answer. If the telecom company can adopt the concept of universal charger, then whether it can be a non-value-added activity? Tell me, beta, student, if the telecom companies have adopted a universal charger, whether it can be a non-value-added activity? Still, I think it's a value-added activity, because in OnePlus, you need the power adapter of 100 watt, 120 watt. While in the Samsung phone or Apple phone, you're having the power adapter of 45 watt. And mismatching the power requirement then definitely damage the battery, beta. So I think it's a value-added activity undoubtedly from any angle, beta. Okay, चलिए बेटा, बहुत अच्छा लगा फर्स्ट सेशन आपके साथ. Definitely will continue the same in the coming session also. If you are having any feedback regarding the speed, regarding the concept delivery, you can share with me, beta. Definitely, if it is possible, I will implement those strategies, those suggestions of yours in the coming session. Okay. So in the next session, we will wind up this particular chapter, Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. Okay, beta. Thank you for watching the section. God bless you, beta. Thank you. Thanks a lot.